Today's plan for this session is I want to try and get I'm going to try and start the process of actually getting my simulation to do something. Actually start to make guys move. And the first things first, I mean, I got to start at the very, 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 very beginning, and that's guys on the field that move around on the field. I have zero Unity skills short of what I've accomplished so far, and that means I've never done anything remotely close to animating guys. I did put guy on the field and have him run around in a corner circle. That's all I've done so far. So yeah, that's kind of the extent of what I've done so far. I want to take this and have these dudes who look pretty terrible on the field right now move around on the field. And this is a lot of reasons why this doesn't look particularly great. One is, I don't know if it's my zoom or my field is too long or what. I don't fully understand why this looks so poorly. It's not the field isn't great, granted. It's not the most clean. My guys, are they too detailed? Are they too tiny? If they're too tiny, is my scale off? What is it? It's like if I make them bigger, then they don't fit the grid or the scene very well. So there's some definite questions as to what is it that has me kind of I don't know who this is. I got somebody on my Discord, and I have no idea what who he is. I don't know his character name. I don't know anything about this person. But I don't know, because it's like if it's somebody who's viewed or followed or whatever, they use different names on Discord than they do on Twitch or YouTube. So I have no idea who that is. And they didn't really say anything. It just, they said hello. And I'm like, hello? It's one of those, you get a text with somebody you know, but they've never texted you before. And it's just a phone number and they're talking to you. And you're like, hello, do I know you? And they're like, yes. It's like, okay, do you want to tell me who you are? Where do I know you from? They'd be like, oh, dude, I'm your brother, man. It's like, well, I don't recognize your phone number. This person is not my brother, but I'm just saying, it's I don't know what the root of that is. Okay, so let's do something. I am going to definitely be recruiting AI for this whole next phase, because I have no idea how I'm going to do this. I could probably get out of that for now. It's going to be going on. It'll go crazy every time I try to run this, but oops, wrong click. Every time I load my view panels, they kind of go nuts. All right, so let's pin this open. And all right, so let's increase the size of that for my viewers' viewing pleasure. I don't know how tiny this is to anybody else out there, but I don't really even know the quality of my videos. People don't really say too much to me as to whether or not my text is readable or anything. And let's see. Let me see what this. Of course, this is on my phone, which doesn't really say much. Can't you zoom? I guess it is readable. Huh. I thought you could zoom. Maybe that's just YouTube that lets you zoom. I don't know. You have to let me know. Am I frozen on screen? It looks like it's frozen. Or am I paused? No, maybe not. Okay. Might have been paused or something. All right. So now that we've moved on, first things first, I have to go to my where is my did okay, where did it go? Why did my scene unload itself? That's weird. Why is my on-field scene missing? Oh, maybe I just need to stop this. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I need to have my characters move into huddles. That's what I want to do. I want to have them move into huddles. Now I have a running animation, and I have the defense. So let's start typing. I need to programmatically have all my players move from their current position on the field to a huddle. In my hierarchy, I have a defense team and an offense team. Line of scrimmage is position on the field that the ball is set at. The trigger for all players being moved to for all players moving to their huddle should be the a new play method. The first step in action would be to place the ball. My field needs to be defined in grids, defined as a grid. For the purposes x0, x0, y0, where x0 by y0 is the center point for it is the position of the ball and center point for my grid. Every grid square should represent 2.5. I'm throwing a complicated criteria at AI right now, and AI is going to be going, what the blah blah? What nonsense are you speaking, my friend? I don't speak this crazy talk. You're trying to do crazy stuff, and this is not what I do. I'm an artificial intelligence, not a miracle worker. My field needs to be defined as a grid for the purposes of player movement, where x0, y0 is the position of the ball, and the center point for my grid. Every grid square should represent 2.5 yards. The offense team players should move into a two-layer circle with 5 players on the inside and 5 players on the outside. Starting and ending on the QB. That's the only person that is did I say move into two-layer? Defense team players should be in all right, so how do I want to do, who's the team captain on defense? Team captain is supposed to be able to call the plays on defense, but defensive huddles are not usually in circles, I don't think. Let's go see. What are the formations used for professional football huddles? All right, so that's not, let's see. How do players usually position themselves for professional football huddles? Professional football players generally form a tight circle with the offensive line typically positioned in the front row and the other players in the back row. The offensive line members often have their hands on their knees while the other players may be seated. Seated? Wait. With the offensive line typically positioned in the front row. Really? That don't make sense. That don't look like a huddle either. None of these are huddles. These aren't huddles. These are formations. No huddle. Quarterback, center of the huddle. There's no images of professional football huddles? Come on, folks. Images of NFL huddles. No. What the heck? Are these like some kind of toy called huddles? Oh, they are called huddles. Images of NFL players standing in a huddle. They are kind of clustered. See, they're just all just like standing around. It's really what it just comes down to. There's no particularly good way to have them all stand there. They just clutter in and wherever they fit. I always thought they had some logic to where they stand, but really they don't. They just get close up and lean on each other. Try to get a good feel. That's kind of what I was thinking. I'm just going to clump them all together. I don't want it to be too complicated. I don't know. Are defensive huddles any different? Probably not. They probably don't spend too much time worrying about it. If they don't worry about it on offense, why would they worry about it on defense? I'm gonna need to go get the rest of my drink. My other protein drink. Okay, so. We'll go 5 players on the inside and players on the outside, starting and ending on the QB. Defensive teams all should start 7 yards. All right, let's just say 3 at position -3. Let's see, let's go back up here. My field needs to be defined as a grid for purpose of player movement. Grid. Positive. Y is forward the offensive team. And positive X is to the right of to the right of centers. Start at position -3:0 based on grid definition. Okay, so that's defensive team should with circle extending further out. How many yards do you think they take up? About 5 yards? But you gotta put 5 guys in, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4. So a circle extending further out. Behind scrimmage. Defense team should start at 3:0. With actually on the QB. QB should be at position 3:0 based on grid definitions. Should start at 3:0 with players all similar information. No specific player needs to be at 3:0 defense. All right, so now what? There is no particular rule or requirement for where each player position needs to be in the huddle. But they should be as close as possible and the huddle is the only possible. And overlap of models is allowed up to 2 max. Upon executing the new play method, second step after initializing huddle would be to call the next play from the API from the FPFM Go MS simulator. Gateway Service API using the add new item run and CS. Using the run game.cs. Run game data. Oops. Rename. That's not data. Run game data.cs. Data.cs. What else do I want to say in this whole bit of nonsense? Yeah, I think we'll go with that. This is a big one. I gotta go check something quick. I'll be right back. Honestly, this might have been something I should have sent through my my thinking algorithms, because this is actually pretty big, and it may need to really kind of consider this. I'm going to copy this whole command here and see if I actually have a couple of commands I've been trying to save up. I've started a few of them and needed to change my direction so that, you know, I could get the other things done first. Start to type, you start to realize you're missing stuff, and then before you know it, you're kind of all off on a different track. It's like, oh, this needs to exist, and that needs to exist, and then I'm all over the place. I got, okay. So sometimes I'm not as close as I'd hope to a thing. I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm doing this. Dang, there. It's like, oh, wait. I can't do that. I have to do this first. And then I have to do that first. And then I have to do that and that and that. And before you know, it was like, oh, a week away. But I'm actually moving forward on this finally. I've got characters on a field. I've got the services in the back end that I think I can set up to actually produce a dummy data for me at least. And so yeah, that's kind of where I'm going to go with this and just see if I can kind of move this forward. What I need to do is start like creating let's call this one AI prompts. Huddle setup. Oops. That is not what I wrote. What the heck? All right, let's see what this says. Step-by-step approach to implementing new play. Place the ball scrimmage grid. Move all offense and defense players in the huddle formation as described. Call the next play from your sim. Grid and field setup. Add this to your game controller or a dedicated game flow manager. See, this doesn't. This is like only part of the. It's like these things don't actually want to write code. Does this have a thinking model? This doesn't have a thinking model. You know what? I think I'm going to close this one and try and use a thinking model, because I think this needs to be a thinking model. I'm tempted to use an agent, but I'm afraid it'll do something that I don't like. And it's big, and it's a lot of new code. Normally I'm okay with writing stuff with an agent if it's new code, but I'm a little worried that it might try to change code. And that could be a problem. You know what? I may have this, I may actually do some customization for this for my game specifically. In this project, all player movement on the field is to be handled based on a grid format of the field, where the ball position at the start of the play is x:0 y:0. Positive y is the direction offense is moving. All player movement on the field is handled based on a grid format of the field or the ball position. Each grid space on the field should be defined. Each grid space on the field for the purposes of movement .5 yards. Thought about doing a yard, but I think a yard is going to make it too. Yeah, I'm going to be doing things like everything's accomplished at a 2.5 yard step. Even though you can go less or more, you can actually be less or more than even a yard based on other factors that I have set up. But all player movement in the field is handled based on a grid format. See, what else do I want? Yeah, let's do that. That allows me to create conditions that should not be, I shouldn't have to restate that in the comments now that I have my, so I can take my where the ball position at the start of play is 0-0. Okay, so I'm going to try an agent move. This is dangerous. All agent moves are dangerous. Well, you can get some weird stuff. Application, and that would be FPFM Android. This is big. I'll be right back. I gotta get my my drink from upstairs. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to take care of a thing. Things have to be taken care of every now and then. All right. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's see. KoFi has been working on this problem for a while. Yeah, keep going, man. Keep going at it. Oh, I'm using ChatGPT though. Ugh. I don't know if I like ChatGPT 4.1. It's just reading crap. All right, let's stop this. It's not figuring it out. All right, let's go change this over to Claude for first of all. We're gonna go try Claude out. Could try Gemini 2.5. Yeah, let's go back to Claude. All right, so we're gonna try this again. FPFM Android. This will require the creation of several new files. Also, I got offense. Can I let's take this whole thing out. Can I use agent while this is ejected? Yeah, okay. This way I don't have to have this open. This will require the creation of several new files. Offense. Is a game object in my hierarchy under which I have 11 player models. I don't think I want it to go by their team name IDs like this. I have Lizards LT, but ultimately I don't think I want to call them Lizards. I think I just want to have them be models. For the purposes of this task, you can iterate. I don't want this in here. I'm going to take this out, put it up here. You can iterate through the team object teams offense and defense objects in my on-field scene to get the players that want to move. Data.cs does not yet have any code as it is just a placeholder for this and other future API calls. Models that need to be set up should go in the game processing /models folder. So run game.cs should be used for this task. For new models created for this task. Run game.cs models. There is also a simulator /game.cs where you can put the actual get new play method in the return to huddle as well as any other new methods related to this task. Alright, this doesn't have a thinking model. I thought it had a thinking model. Maybe not for agent. Maybe you can't do it for agent. So it's going to be doing some significant digging around, I guess. How did it not find? How's it not finding? FPFM Android scripts. It's not under scripts? No, it's scripts. Additional information. All scripts are either under assets, scripts, core, or assets, scripts, game process. Assets, there's one more folder. Assets, scripts, game processing, or assets, scripts, UI. Nope. Or assets, scripts, details. Gotta keep defining this thing here. Folders where you can find application. Try it again. Keep building this comment up. No. Dang it. You're being dumb now. Alright, we're starting over. It's like, I understand you need more information. No, I don't need more information. You need more information. I was just trying to be nice. Let's actually go with code base here. This time I'll hope that it uses my instructions. If it uses my instructions, then it should be able to find files a little easier. All right, I'm seeing it find a lot more stuff. What did it pop that up for? I didn't pop that up. It's like, where's this coming from? I didn't ask for this. Okay. I'm a little worried about a lot of this stuff because I really, truly don't know a lot. A lot. I mean, I am trying to do some, I would say, very advanced functionality for a person with zero Unity experience beyond the stuff I've done, which is very minimal, creating some panels and buttons and, just flat, non-animated interfaces. And Unity is all about the animation, right? And that's where it's just, I, and yeah, I'm gonna have to just depend heavy on AI to help me out with that. And I'm hoping that once I start seeing how it's doing some of this stuff, I could start to gronk it. I don't want to have a flat design. In other words, one of these football managers that has just the bar that moves back and forth. That's easy, but it's also ugly as heck and it's not entertaining. And a lot of companies, I see a lot of people creating sims that just have like a card pop up or there's no players on the field, but they have a little bit more. I mean, even that for Android games, they're pretty bad. I mean, they're either like no simulation or just bad simulation. And I don't want to be one of those. So I got to figure out how to get this to work. And if that means letting AI do a lot or help letting AI kind of put the groundwork down for me, then I'm going to have to say, let's do it. But I can't even see. It's not even showing me. Oh, yeah, it is because I'm probably not looking in the right place. Let's close this stuff. It's writing out a ton of stuff. And ultimately, I'm just going to have to accept it all because I I did put rules in not to damage existing code. That's part of what I put in my thing. Do not change existing code unless absolutely necessary. Um, so we're going to find out what it's actually called football, but that's okay. There is an offense, there is a defense, there is a football. All right. All right, this implementation maintains the grid-based movement system where each grid space is 2.5 yards and the line of scrimmage is x0, y0, with positive y being the direction the offense is moving. All right, let's go with it. Apparently, it's not going to let me do this. So I got a lot of parts and pieces I got to go shipping around. But that's, I don't know. So what does it say? All right, to use the function, make sure there are appropriate offense and defense game objects. Add the run game component to a game object in your scene. Oh, because we serialized it. Yeah, let's see. What is the trigger? Mm-hmm. I'm not sure why we have to do... All right, well, let's see what happens. Hey, my assist to get the next play from the simulator service. Added key methods. Initiates a new play sequence. Places ball. Forms huddles. Calls API. Forces players to return to huddle positions. Added helper methods for huddle information. Huddle formations with offense, defense, and a 2-inch circle. Updated, created, run game CS. Well, it says it did a lot of stuff. It all looks good. I mean, in words. Created test script in the demonstration how to use the huddle functionality. To use this functionality, you'll need to make sure there are appropriate offense yet by have added the run game component to a game object in your scene. Set a reference to the ball and a team manager. And team manager. What is a team manager? Call new play to start a new play sequence. The implementation maintains the grid-based movement system where each grid space is 2.5 yards. And, okay, so that works good. The run game component to a game object in your scene. What if I added it to... Why do we need it? There must be things that I have to reference. That's probably why. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, so because there's objects and things I have to set, which makes sense. So let's go to my UI, which is somewhere. It's probably was it trying to compile all that nonsense I just let happen. All right, let's go with sim container. I'll add it to the component here and run game. Guessing there's a bunch of things that need to be assigned. Team manager. What is a team manager? Step execution delay. Position arrival threshold. Huh. Did it create a team manager? And I have to associate it? Let's go see what it did. Team data, teams. Test total. Set references to the ball and team manager. Let's see. You mentioned set reference to the ball and the team manager. What is what team manager and where do I set the ball reference? Because it says team manager. I didn't create a team manager, so unless he created a team manager, I don't know what a team manager is. I mean, I don't mind having a team manager that would probably manage the teams in code, but I don't have that. So it's helping me find the code for team manager. It's like you're gonna be searching for a while, buddy. I don't think that exists. You mentioned this thing that doesn't actually happen. this reference to the team manager component, which is responsible for. So I have a team manager. To set these in the Unity editor, make sure you have an on-field scene open. Select the game object that has the run game component attached. Okay. See fields for team manager and ball transform. Nope. I'm gonna try something. I don't think this is. The run game component does have a team manager, but nothing about a football reference. Drag the game object that the team manager that has the team manager component. So what do I attach the team manager component to? Just to a team? So should I just maybe this one? Sarah, did it create that team? Oh, it did. Okay. Alright, so that should go on my sim container, I guess. Field parent, player models, team composition. Oh, they're going to be one for each team, though? Huh. It did some stuff that might be kind of cool. Though, still trying to figure out what it's doing exactly. Find or create a ball game object in your scene. If you already have a football, I'll use that. If not, create. Once you have a ball game object, drag it from the hierarchy to the ball transform field in the run game inspector. But there is no ball transform field. Ball record. The ball transform field is already defined in the run game script but needs to be assigned to your scene. If you already have a football, if not, create one. Drag it from the hierarchy to the ball transform field in the run game inspector. The run game inspector. Run game component attached to my sim container only has team manager step execution delay and position arrival threshold. There is no ball transform field to add the football component or the football object. Change might not have taken effect in your Unity screen. When you add new serialized fields in a script, you need to save the script. Okay, well, let's save everything. I will remove this. I think it's crazy talk. No, you're wrong, man. It doesn't exist. I don't know what nonsense is it speaking. I think it must have done something weird with the So let's go look at the run game method. Let's see if I can get this to show up, because it looks like it's thinking it's supposed to be there, but it must have made some kind of a mistake, because it is not showing up. So we go to run game here. Let's go see what we see. So we got a bunch of things that are supposed to be serialized here, none of which look like a football. Wait, that's supposed to be find object of type. Find first object of type. Okay, so we'll fix that. Get rid of the deprecated. I don't know why it keeps putting deprecated code in there. Told it not to do that. Said don't look for don't use deprecated code, but whatever. Still working. Rungame.cs. It's either this rungame.cs or it's that rungame.cs, but this is the one, the team manager. See, there is a ball transform. It's got a team manager and the ball transform, but for some reason the ball transform thing is not showing up. Why? Why, you say? Well, good question. There is, oh wait. Nope. I thought maybe I was going to get it. Let's see if, trying one more time. Why do I still have a coroutine runner? No, there is just no ball transform there. Even though the team one shows up, the ball one is not. Interesting. Is it because it's not being set correctly? Because I did change the name of this. Team name, auto found team manager. Found offense. I can change this to ball, but I don't know why that would matter. Because it's gameObject.find and it's football, not ball. So that's Oh, gosh darn it! Why are you being such a turd? Offensive huddle distance, defensive huddle distance, inner circle grid, offensive team, defensive team, line of scrimmage position, current play. Has everything, but it does have a transform for the team. But why is that not showing up? It's just to be different. Let's put it up over here, just because. Maybe it can't do transform. I mean, there's a team manager and then something about the transform thing. Maybe that doesn't show up because that is just not being allowed. Because when I remove, when I go here, and it just doesn't do it. Oops. Yeah. Is it possible that the transform item type cannot be used in the inspector? Because the object it is not appearing when I connect the wrong game. Wait, might not be. I'll investigate. I'll help you investigate. I'll look at this. I'll try to understand. I'll examine. It's gone. I don't know, man. Transform field might not be showing up correctly in the inspector when you recompile the script. This happens sometimes when Unity doesn't properly recognize serializable field types after a script update, which is more reliable than the inspector. Oh, I am using the agent. Yikes. Yeah, I don't know if the transform is a thing. I mean, it is a thing, obviously, because it didn't have a compile error, but Unity didn't like it. So I was like, I'm not putting this on here. If you want this to show up, well, you're out of luck. All right, so it says he says he's modified my scripts. Has he though? I don't see any. Do you see any changes? Oh, there it is. Run game. Failed to save game. Let's overwrite. I mean, because I didn't really change anything. Did I actually change anything in that? The only thing I changed was I had moved that thing from the bottom to the top. I also called it football instead of ball. What? All right, I'm gonna get rid of this. That's time is going away. Find first object of type. Let's go to my instructions. Is deprecated. Should not be used. Use find first object by type instead. All right, let's go back here. Now I have a game object called ball object. Let's see if that shows up. If this doesn't show up, okay, why isn't that showing up? Oh, didn't update. Nope. All right, something's going on, man. Something is going on. It's not letting me create this object. Why? I hate closing off Unity because it takes forever to load back up. I mean, it is slower than sludge. Man, I keep forgetting to finish my Superman. I'm still only a third of the way through the book. Oh, compile errors. You know, maybe that's why it's not working. I got to open it up and fix the compile errors. I forgot that it won't acknowledge changes or do things until you fix the compile errors. And that's probably why it didn't work. It was probably complaining about my object. All right. Let's go back here. Oops. Oh, did it close my thing too? Weird. It doesn't normally close my Visual Studio. That's kind of strange. All right, let's go see what the compile problems are. Let's go see what it did. Yeah, I know. I know I know how it happens. But you created the duplicate. I gotta check this call. I don't have to, but I probably should because, you know, jobs. Hello? People trying to buy my house for pennies on the dollar. Oh, bummer. George Wendt died. How old was he? Geez, he was nearly 70. He wasn't that old. Right? No, it was nearly 80. He was 78. Oh, 76 it says here, but that doesn't math out. Oh, he might have been almost 77. Okay, so that works. Oh, bummer. Norm. Norm! Oh, wait. Was it Norm? No, that wasn't. Yeah, he was playing Norm, yeah. People, he'd walk in and they'd all yell, Norm! My wife told me. Well, she didn't tell me. She texted me, sent me an image. Did that fix my problem? Shouldn't be any other problems, it looks like. Alright, so now if I go back here, bring that guy back down here, go to my sim container. Okay, what happened? No, it's not there at all. Tell me you did not change the name of this file. No. Yikes, I got a lot of errors. Dude, you created a lot of errors, my friend. You really kind of went crazy with the errors. What is it doing? It's just changing the definition file, but I feel like it's still, what is it doing? Still cranking away at whatever this problem is. Hopefully it'll fix some of the issues. We're about to find out. But it's trying to... It imported another form of my play definitions. And so it created one... It didn't delete the other one. It just renamed it to play info. And in doing that, it kind of altered what things are being called. And I'm just hoping it's not breaking anything. But it's trying to fix the reference calls to those things that didn't work. It is certainly making a fair amount of alterations. Blog. It really kind of wonked my stuff here. Oh, what time is it? 1:50. Ugh. I'm curious. Betty curious. What happens if I want a smart. Can the GitHub here see my chat window? Oh, I gotta let this other one finish first, but I'm just curious if I can see it. I need my music back, man. Where's my brain music? You tell them there, lizard. You just walk with your arms out. Air out those armpits. I don't know what the heck. That's what it looks like he's doing. Oh, I'm sweating. I gotta get this. Whew. Gotta get this cool off here. I got a big meeting coming up. Gotta shake it out, cool off. Got a date after the game, man. I can't be pitting out. He's not the most reliable football player, but at least he's not pitting out. All right, music. There you are. Oh, it actually ended. Just going through all my stuff, it's kind of making me nervous. Because it's changing stuff that wasn't part of the original plan. I'll be right back. Okay. Are we fixed? What? You know, it kind of reminds me of doing builds back in the day. When we used to do code, it's like you do all these things and say, all right, we got to do a build, wait an hour, it'll be ready to go. It's like you're doing all this stuff and then... All right, so this is still not great. I'm gonna go here and say, okay, can terminal? No. Can you see my error list? It's a lot of errors though. 57, jeez. All right, so let's go back over to ask here and clear this up. And see about fixing some of these errors. See, it did some stuff. And it's supposed to be play info, and it just... So it definitely changed some stuff. So I got play definition. Why do we have both? Models. Alright, so I think a lot of these are caused by this problem. What is the... It didn't even say... Where am I going? To gamecontroller.cs? I don't know what gamecontroller.cs is. Gamecontroller.cs. Where the heck is gamecontroller.cs? Oh, there it is. Oh, you know what I should have done? Just clicked. Haha. That would have been easier. Play. String, where is string play at on here? Where is play being defined? On play received. Request next play. Probably is supposed to be request definition now that I think about it. But does play definition have a name? I don't know if it does, but play definition is what? Oh, it's play name. Alright, I guess I can go with that. Just because I think that actually is what it's supposed to be. Probably guessing this comes from for each team in game session.teams, team data. Why did it? Do I have a primary and a secondary color object on my team data? That's not a model. Why does it do that? Well, let's see which one is actually supposed to exist. And the way you know that is you come over here to my user ID where I have teams defined. User account, I mean. Go to types. So ID, one of these does not match. Create from team model. Why is it? That's such a weird thing. Why is it creating a model from a model? Why doesn't it just use the model? Are there two team IDs? I don't understand why it created two teams. because these look like they're supposed to be the same. All right, let's the new vertical tab group. And we're gonna go here. We're gonna click this one. And we're gonna close all other tabs because that's annoying. So why? ID, name, mascot, abbreviation, players, primary color, and secondary color. Why did it create this? And oddly enough, I don't have any, I don't know what this is, I'm dumping this, it's going away. Yeah, I took out 7 errors just doing that. Man, I don't know why it did this. Model type. Model type is probably important. I don't know that I'm obviously, I don't think I'm actually connecting that either. Right now, I think they all use the same model type. It's good that it's creating that. I just don't have that information in existence. So player data is probably here. Okay, so is there another player data? Because it says player data. Ambiguity player data model type. Where else is model type being defined at? See, this is what happens when you use agent. I would have caught all this stuff probably. Saved myself pain and agony. There it is on team. Do I need to have the player have his own and the team have its own? Probably. But I don't think these need to exist simultaneously. I gotta see if they have the same info. Player ID, name, position, model type. I don't know what the dictionary is gonna have. Number might be good to have too. Player ID. So the only thing missing is anything in one that's not in the other. Player ID, name, position, model type, dictionary. This one also has number. All right, so we'll keep that one. Now some of these things are going to have errors for other reasons. Team data models. Really? is this other one at? Run game. Alright, so take that, go to another window, close this, look at that. Position name. That shouldn't even, why would they need to be grid X, grid Y? That doesn't make sense. Grid X, grid Z. What do we even have that for? Why does... That's not where that should be. No, it's misreading. Alright, well maybe I'm misreading it. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go look at my other code here, and then look at simulator. Game roles, team IDs, game sessions, progress log, team player. So it's either going to be in the playbook. Playbook, play mastery, formation, assignment, routes, position. Oh, there is a position here. No, I have it in the players thing too. See, players have a position stat, but all that is, yeah, they don't have. They just have, they have a position property. And all that does is tell them where they play. In fact, it's one of multiple properties actually. Because when they're on a team, oh, collection player, here we go. Awards, players, import, oh, team player. That's it. Team player. On a team, he's, particular player, skill player, current age. But I also have this is team depth position. So what that means is on the team, their position, they can be on multiple positions. Like some guys could be like a running back and a fullback, because it's really a category of running back, right? But when you put a fullback and a running back on the field, one guy's job is to be a fullback. He might be the number one fullback, and another guy's job is to be the running back. He's number one running back. You put them both in. But if number one running back gets hurt, number one fullback could become number one running back, and then you have to have number two fullback fill in for that position. So you have to have the game has to allow for players to be able to play in multiple positions. And then this way the game can put guys in where they need to be played, depending on injuries, right? Now, there are just, you can make lists, which is kind of what I'm kind of leaning towards, is just creating a running back list where fullback is a position lower. But there are guys that are better at fullback theoretically, right? So they would be like, they were drafted for the purpose of being a fullback because they're maybe bigger and they block better. Maybe they can't catch as well, but you might have them in every time you need a fullback. Instead, you wouldn't want to put your number one running back at a fullback position. Just wouldn't want to do it. You might not even want your number 2 running back there. Your number 2 running back might be considered higher than the fullback because you use your running backs more, but he's not a blocker. He's not big enough. He's not going to lead the way through. You get these, you bring in your big galoot to be your fullback, to be your blocker, and he might be a good runner up, when you're trying to get 2 yards or 1 yard. So you have guys that can play in multiple positions. And then if injuries occur, you kind of shift people into what their new position is. For the game to automatically be able to process itself. So that's kind of why I have team depth position, which allows for players to be multiple people. And you always take, when it's filling up, it excludes injured guys, and then it just says, okay, take the number 1 running back, number 2 running, fill in all the spots for a particular play based on who's available. Hopefully you have people available for every position. And so anyway, that's kind of what that is. So it looks like my position. I don't know why I have 2 positions, but I do need to have at least position with the grid X. And I don't know why the grid X and Z. What the heck is Z? I have a grid Z. I don't have a Z position. What the heck is a Z position? Isn't Z? Oh, I think in terms of Unity, Z is the Y, which I designed the grid to be X and Y because you're usually on 2-dimensional screens, so there's no Z. There's X and Y. But on Unity, your Y becomes the horizontal or your vertical, and the Z becomes your Y. So now your things are X and Z. so Z is your new grid position. It's I didn't think about that, but we're gonna just see how that goes. I have to translate my Y's into Z's. So according to that, my players? No, it's my plays. Plays have a position, and they also have a position group. I don't know if I need that, but position X and Y. So where's player position? Why do I have is required? What is that? What is that even used? I hope I'm not using that anywhere because that's dumb. Position code? What is a position code? Well, hopefully I didn't break anything removing that. Hopefully. Player data. Where's player data? ID, name, position, model type, plus other stuff. So we'll get rid of this one. I don't know why. On card click, invoke play data. What is play data? going the wrong way. Why does it? Probably doesn't have a play image. But what would I call? How would I get the play image? 'Cause I'm gonna need the play image. Because I actually want the play image to load up when they pick the play. But can I get it from the cache when I load the image? Let's fix this one first. Let's fix the ones I can actually reach. Play image, play image, play image, play image. Filter by current unit type. You have that? Shoot. Okay. So if I have a play here, why doesn't that have often special teams? That isn't part of my play info? No, I see what that is. That's not even right. So yeah, that's not gonna work. And I got another one I have to compare. Play definition and play. I thought I did this already. Alright, so we got play ID, play name, play type. And what does play info and play definition actually have? These are both valid objects. Play info, I believe, is an object in my simulator. Play info is in the simulator. Where's it at? Team play info. This is why I need things to map directly to my team play info. Game state, points scored, has possession, play selection, select a play ID. Okay, that's team play info. That is not progress log, action result, game session, team details, team staff, game rules. Could have swore there was a play info in this. Let's go to play types. Team play player. Oh, it's probably playbook. It's gonna have the play info. I wonder if coach has stuff in it. Let's go to the playbook. And I don't think game plan has anything like that in it. No. Coach. Coach doesn't even have the types. He's just an all action service. Nothing else. All right, so it's in playbook. So that means I probably don't have a play def. I have play definition. All right, so let's go see if I have a play info anywhere in here. All right, so play info does not exist. Oh, I actually changed play info to play definition. It looks like at some point. Interesting. Okay. So play definition is the only thing I should have. Now there may be things I need to add to this, but play definition is the one that I want to see. All right, so we have an ID. Probably, do I need the user ID? This should have off-dev special teams though. Play type, which we might be able to change, but base play type. Formation ID. I don't know why it changes stuff. Many of those. Play type ID, play image. Do I need a play image? I think I may have to figure out a way to get the play image assigned. Oh, it is on my play definition. I didn't even know I had it on there. Interesting. That'll teach me. Know your stuff. I mean, I didn't remember adding it, but I apparently did. So we got play steps equals new play step. Whatever a play step is. Additional metadata. Do I need the playbook that it's in? What do I need the playbook for in my play definition? Does that actually have a... That doesn't make any sense. Because the playbooks would have references to plays, but why would a play have a reference to a playbook? Because they could be in multiple plays. That's silly. I don't want that. And what do I want it on the team? Or what is all this crap? Team difficulty? Difficulty? I don't difficulty. I don't do difficulty. I mean, some plays might be more difficult, but I'm not doing that. All right, so I have a name, and I have everything. What is this offensive formation junk? I'm not even sure what I need the formation ID for. That's just for filtering, really. And I can filter by ID, so I don't need to filter by name. The name is for display, so I am putting that in there. This is for filtering by offense or defense. This is for filtering also, but again, I could probably do... this with play type ID. I don't know why I need the play type. I'm gonna go ID because I need the data. I needed to know what type of All right. So now, if that's the case, and this is the one I'm using, this has everything that has with valid changeovers. And okay, so I can get rid of this object. All right. Nothing like fixing a boatload of errors, man. type namespace pencil. That's fine. Because this got to be changed to play definition. Play definition. Oops. Why you're not going to do it for me? It's not ID? Oh, ambiguity. Ambiguity. Gotta go figure out what the heck. I thought I did team references already. Ugh. Where are we? Am I gonna get through this? 20 minutes. I gotta leave in no more than 20 minutes. Zipping along, we're down to 30 as we try to fix everything that was broken. The more I implement, the more I glue everything together, the more I'm finding some of the structures I built on one side or the other, because I was building front end and then I'm building back end, and now I'm trying to make them connect, and as I do that, it's starting to find that some of those things weren't in sync. Even though I tried to be in sync, working with AI, which doesn't always look at your other stuff. It's like you keep telling it, look at your other stuff, but it doesn't always do that. And you end up kind of going down the rabbit hole. I'm really thinking I need to stop using agent. I hadn't been using it for a while because I didn't want it to mess things up. And today I thought, well, I'm doing new code. It's a new thing. Let's go ahead and let it throw some stuff down. And it still managed to mess everything up. Like, oops. Just track that we've preloaded it successfully. Where is this defined at? Create a task for this image. Type in a specification or end of file expected. The modified private is not valid for this item. And these are all like new code errors. Whoops. Fixing the wrong fixing the wrong thing. Don't want to be fixing the wrong thing. That does not help at all. All right, so none of these are play image related anymore. But we are down to only 26 errors instead of 50 something. Create a task for this image. Load. I don't know what load image async is. Where are we? Play image preloader. Go to definition. I don't actually have versions on my URLs, which is problematic. I need to start adding. I need to add these to it, but I'm not sure what's going on here. Does not exist in the current. The name load images. The local function is declared but never used. Oh. Modifier private is not valid for this item. I had the URL with the version before, and I'm not sure how I'm going to fix that. I need to add it back. I had taken it out accidentally because it made everything work. So I was like, oh, let's not mess with it. But now I'm starting to think, probably got to go back and put it back. Just track that we've preloaded it successfully. I'm not sure what's going on in all this errors. Not sure how we even got messed up there. Cannot use local variable or local function declared in top level statement in this context. Why? I feel like something happened here. Like, is that supposed to be like that? Oh, that fixed a lot of those errors. I went from 20 something to 3. Just putting these things back. And that fixed another one. And that's gonna fix another one. Then there was one. Okay. So we gotta gotta go look at what team is. Ambiguity be team and team. I gotta figure out which one I want. Because one of these is valid, one of these is not. Team, which is in the team CS. No, there's one called team data, I gather. I don't know what it was doing with all that. This just bugs me. And where is team data at? It's in the game setup. It's a models file in the game setup. Alright, so we got team ID, name, player data. I don't need any of that. Got ID, name, and players already on there. So we don't need any of this. Player model config. Now that's a thing. Player model config. I don't even know what to put that under. That is... So, where is this? There's another thing that says team? Where else is team identified? Find a whole word. Why do they keep bouncing around? Oh, it's way over here. That's not helpful. That's not type definition. This is just the text. Aha, user account. A user account should have a team. That's where teams are supposed to be defined normally. So let's see what we got here. What is the normal? I mean, what does team normally have? Team CD, team mascot, abbreviation. Because this is probably user team or league team or some other version of a team. Because there's players have multiple teams, but Team City, Team Mascot, Game City, Game Mascot, which I don't use much. In fact, I honestly don't think I'll call it off. I'll use the Team City, Team Mascot very often. Those will be pretty rarely pulled in because that's their real names. You know, I use anagram names for my system, but that allows me to map them. That allows me to map them to their actual thing, but also I do kind of need players to be mapped to my team for the purposes of the game. But so it's slightly different. The models or the services don't necessarily need them all mapped. Players can be on multiple teams. All right, let's go see how I have this. All right, so I have close all these. And then we're going to go back up to here. Close that for now. And don't need that. Go. Alright, so we're going to go to the players. Players aren't on teams, though, I don't think. I mean, they are on teams, but they're not associated to teams. Team player represents a player assigned to a specific team. Oh, okay. So I guess I could grab all of the team players that have the same team ID and put them on as player data. But beyond that, the team itself, oops, I was trying to move that one. The teams themselves are actually stored in user account. And the team, they have this is what they have. Okay, so they have an ID, team city. I could probably just go mascot. I could probably just have team city and team mascot mapped to these, because I'm not going to have game city and game mascot. The abbreviation, now that's interesting. I don't actually have abbreviations. Well, I do, they're on my spreadsheet, but I didn't actually add them. That's AI addition. It might be a good thing to add. I wonder if I should put that in. You know what? I think I will. Game. Now let's just call it game abbreviation. And we'll just put that in as abbreviation. And we'll call it out here. And then we have player data, which is going to have to be a thing too. But I want that to be, I don't know why. This is just a thing. Personal. Give everything else for the team, and then you worry about the players. Stuff that's normally there. Now, see, I don't have color definitions either. Primary color and secondary color. And that might have to go under a different definition. I don't even have any idea where I'm going to put that. But I do need to record that. That needs to be in the database. All right. You know, I should probably have that on this team. I don't know, every team, because at some point I may allow people to change their team colors. Here's the problem with changing team colors for this game. When you set that kind of thing up, and it's probably a down the road thing, but when you set that kind of thing up, you have to have meshes that can simply have their colors changed. And the problem is, I use different character models for each type of player. So if I say your entire team can go orange, blue to red and black, it has to affect all your character models. So if you have 7 different characters on your team, they're all wearing different uniforms, they all have to have 7 different meshes that use those colors. So if everybody on your team who's wearing all their different gear, it's all football gear, but it's different for each player because I have to figure out a way to put the same mesh on all my players so that I can change colors for all the players. And I don't know how to do that. So yeah, that's the thing. I got to figure out how to create characters with no gear on them. And then, yeah, it's going to be a thing. Anyway, that's it for me for today. No, that's not true. That's it for me for now. I will be back probably about 4 or 5 and doing another session. doing my next session. I'll be plugging away at this. Till then.